Good evening, good evening. We are back again. Shout out, troops. Back again with another preview, this time Premier League preview. And oh, looky Arsenal. We get to play Southampton again at St Mary's again. And we know what happened last time out. Absolute fucking dreadful performance yesterday. And I can't wait to see what dross we're going to put in again on Tuesday. I have put the link in the description, guys. So, to any of you that are watching, any of you that want to come on and have your say, just click on the link. It'll invite you in. Just join the broadcast. And of course, I'm here for you guys. I will let you jump on and I will let you have your say. So yeah, do it. Jump on, click that link, and also, of course, don't forget to smash them likes up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Now, of course, we're going to have to do a short review. You know, I've already done a review to the game yesterday, the absolute shower of shit that we had to witness. But of course, I've got to go back and review it again. And, well, let's start with Mikel Arteta. Let's start with this guy. Now, absolute shambles of a starting lineup yesterday. 7 changes made. Leno in goal. You know, normally there. And then he went with Hector Bellerin back in the side again. Back showing that he is a dog shit footballer. Rob Holding. Gabriel got his first start for a long time. Was dreadful. Then we played with Cedric at left back. We went with Granit Xhaka and El Neni in the midfield. El Neni putting in the display that shows to everybody as to why he is not good enough for this football club. Martinelli on the left-hand side actually wasn't bad in the first half, made a few decent runs, but he got dragged off at half-time, or just after. We went with Nicolas Pepe on the right-hand side, the £72 million fraud. That is what he is. Arsenal, you need to get yourself sorted out, mate. You need to go and file for a lawsuit against Lille, because my word, we have well overpaid for that guy. Absolute shocker. Willian is another one. You know, Chelsea are very, very good at getting rid of their dead wood. And Arsenal are very, very good at going, you've got some dead wood there, Chelsea. We'll take it. There you go, mate. There's 220 grand a week. Doesn't matter if you perform like absolute shit, because we've got a manager who will pick you anyway. And yeah, just come and retire at Arsenal. Why not? Again, shocker. Absolute dreadful performance. I don't know what more to say about this guy. You know, you expect better. He's been in the Premier League for many, many years, playing for Chelsea for a long time. He's got bags of experience. But you can all see that he has came here for a payday, and that is it. Then, of course, you can go with Eddie Nketiah up front. That was an excitement as well, you know. Top striker, quality striker. If you're playing in League One. But unfortunately, we are not. We are a Premier League team. And Eddie Nketiah is not good enough. Simple as. Shooting, crap, you know. Since when have you ever seen a striker toe punt a ball, you know? And the worst thing is that shot that he did have yesterday. If he didn't take a deflection, it was going near the corner flag. He probably had the biggest chance of the game. But again, the guy can't finish. He's not good. And we need to get rid of him as well. But I ain't going to talk about the players too much, because yesterday for me was all about our manager and his lack of experience and his lack of knowledge as a manager. Before yesterday, we played 5 games, won 4, drew 1, kept clean sheets in all 5 of them. And then he decides to make 7 changes, which is quite baffling, really. You know, I understand that he needs to make changes. I understand there's players that needed to be rested, but 7 changes is a bit mad. And, you know, when you do something like that, what can you expect? You know, you expect exactly what you got yesterday, which is an absolute farce of a performance. The fact that he dragged Martinelli off, you know, just after half time was, again, a joke. The guy was making some great runs. He was probably our most energetic player. But it's okay, Martinelli. You come off, mate. You know, we don't need to win this game. It's only the FA Cup. You know, the cup that I won last season, the cup that's kept me in my job for this long. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. And to be quite honest with you, Southampton deserved it. I'm not going to take anything away from Southampton. From minute 1, they pressed us and forced us into mistakes. Theo Walcott, you know, he turned into fucking Mo Salah all of a sudden, just pressing from the front. Danny Ings looked very good. Bertrand, he played all right as well, put a few decent crosses in the box. Ward-Prowse was probably a standout player as well. I mean, for me, if you can't go and get Jack Grealish in the summer, maybe Ward-Prowse would be a shout. But I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think. Would you take James Ward-Prowse at Arsenal? One thing he does guarantee is he'll probably guarantee you between 5 and 10 goals per season, because he is a very, very good set piece taker. You know, quality wise, he's probably not the best, but he's up there. He's certainly up there. He's certainly better than what we do have at the moment. So maybe that would be a shout as well. So yeah, 1-0 defeat away to Southampton. And to be honest with you, like I say, I think yesterday's performance was on the manager. His lack of respect for Southampton was just baffling, really. His lack of respect for the cup that's kept him in his job for this long was also very baffling. And Ralph Hasenhüttl, for as poor as he was, you know, when he first came into Southampton, you remember the 9-0 defeat to Leicester. He's turned it around proper. And, you know, he's looking like a very decent manager, to be fair to him. Another player as well who stood out for them, for me, was that Bednarak. You know, he made a few last-ditch tackles to stop balls from going through in the first half. He looked pretty decent. And to be fair, if we take them lightly again on Tuesday, they will beat us. It's as simple as that. I'm hoping that Mikel Arteta has learnt from his mistakes, and I'm hoping that he will rectify the mistakes that he made in that game. And I'm pretty confident that he will change it up. I'm pretty confident that we will at least get a draw out of this game. Southampton, not only this season have they been very good, but they've also been a bit of a bogey team for Arsenal as well. We always tend to struggle against them. We always tend to struggle away to them, especially. And I don't know what more to say, to be honest with you. Yeah, guys, like I say, the link is in the chat. It is pinned to the top of the comments. If you want to come on and you want to have your say, click on the link. Click on the link right now. It'll invite you into the studio, and I'll let you come on and have your say. It could be about anything. Obviously, I want to try and keep it you know, Arsenal versus Southampton as much as possible. But if you want to come on, click on the link. Click on the link, and come and jump on. I'm going to get into a couple of your comments before we move on. Chris is in the chat again. How are you doing, Chris? Of course, you can come on. Like I said, click on that live. Click on that. Click on the link. Click on the link, and you can come on. Come on, you gooners. 11 Rap says, "Big up, mate. You speak facts. Wank base." Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. If you want to come on and have your say, like I say, click on that link. Ward-Prowse strolls into our team better than these pile of dog shit players we have now. 100%. I agree with you. Thank you for your comments. Red Lucifer is in the building. Big up, Red Lucifer. How you doing? Appreciate you coming and joining in. And I have got Chris. Chris is here. Hang on, Chris. Let me just get rid of this, mate. How are we doing, Chris?
I'm all right. How are you, Brandon?
Yes, not bad, mate. Not bad. What do you make of Arsenal yesterday?
Well, very disappointed, especially with the first half. I'm being honest with you. I fell asleep. And when I woke up, basically, we made an improvement in the second half, but we were lethargic is the proper word for the first half. Very lethargic. I think that Leno was at fault for the first goal. I don't know if you agree with me. Okay. Apart from El Neni was to blame. And I don't know if you realize, Bellerin, when we were still defending prior to the goal, because El Neni made a mistake, he approached him and said something to him instead of, going to help his teammates. And this is not the first time Bellerin has done this. He seems to forget the mistakes he has committed in other games,
Yeah, I 100%. I agree with you on that. I think it's a bit harsh to blame Leno for the goal. He tried to come out, stop the cross. I don't think he was really expecting the deflection from Gabriel. I just think we just overall as a team sort of just did very, very poor to break that up. And Chris, why do you think it is? Because this is not the first game that I've noticed, right? All season, first half of most games this season, Arsenal always start slowly, and it takes for Mikel Arteta or someone to say something at half time before we come out in the second half and actually kick on and play a lot better. Why do you think it is that we always start so slowly in games?
I don't know. For me, I don't know. It's a phenomenon. For most of the games, we always start slow. I have to admit that. And I have to admit something also, that we're always taking risks, playing, those back passes. Sometimes we pass it back to Leno, and then he passes it to Tierney. Tierney gives it back to Leno, and he keeps the ball. Once I remember Leno, he was juggling it from his left foot to his right foot, and he just kicked it up, and he had two strikers in front of him. I don't know. I have to admit that we do take time. We don't get out of the firing block straight away, unfortunately, and it's been one of our drawbacks this season. We need to improve on that. But I mean, I agree with you, and I even agree with Lee. We're always highly critical of the players, and we do have deadwood players in our squad. I have to admit it, right? Like Bellerin, Xhaka, El Neni. But at the end of the day, it's Arteta who's choosing these players. So we have to blame Arteta, because I mean, I'm being honest with you. He's being too biased with Bellerin. I've got nothing against Spanish players. I love Spanish players, but he's been too biased with Bellerin. And even with Dani Ceballos. I was a big fan of Dani in his first loan season. He was outstanding, in my opinion. But in his second loan season, I don't think he is the Arsenal player. He's not our player. He's always going around in circles, runs out of ideas, and just passes the ball back, But I mean, this is just my opinion.
Again, I would agree with you on most of that as well. Where do you think the issue lied specifically with yesterday's game, because, like, in my personal opinion, I said it before the game even kicked off. If you play a midfield two of Granit Xhaka and El Neni, you're in big trouble straight away, because them two players are the two players that slow the ball down the most. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. The problem with Xhaka, he's left-footed, you know, so every time he gets a pass onto his right foot, he needs another 2 seconds to plant the ball on his left foot, by which time you're going to have an opponent who's going to be staring face to face with this guy. Now, he either panics, he falls over, obviously trying to fool the referee to get a free kick, or he loses the ball. He's too slow, all right? I mean, I really can't understand. Now, this guy is the ex-captain of Switzerland, all right? I don't think he's the captain anymore of Switzerland. He was a very good player in the Bundesliga, all right? With no disrespect to the Bundesliga, they are nowhere levels near the level of the Premier League. They have a great, don't get me wrong, it's a good league, it's a strong league, but it's not as competitive, in my opinion, as the English Premier League. Now, he used to play, if I'm not mistaken, for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and we paid, I think, 35 million for Granit Xhaka, all right? Because he was a great player in the Bundesliga. Everybody took it for granted he's going to prosper in the Premier League. And I'm being honest with you, since he's been here, he hasn't set any houses on fires, in my opinion. I never rated the player, I'm sorry. El Neni, sorry, to cut long story short, El Neni, he's a squad player. He knows that. He always gives his 100%, even though he's not a top-class player. But when he's always asked, you know, when he's on the pitch and chosen, in my opinion, for most of the time, he's always given his 100%, and he's been bang average.
Again, I would agree with you on that. I think the Xhaka deal, I think what makes that worse is we paid £35 million for Xhaka. We could have had Kante instead for the same price, but because Leicester wanted £35 million up front, and we wanted to pay in instalments, we went for Granit Xhaka instead, and it just shows how poor the transfer business has been for Arsenal in recent years. You know, this isn't the first transfer window where we've been crap. It's been the continuation for years and years and years. Obviously, we spoke a little bit about yesterday's performance. What's your team lineup for Tuesday's game against Southampton?
All right, my team lineup. Obviously, I've got no doubt he's going to choose Bernd Leno. Listen, regarding Bernd Leno, I was a bit critical about him yesterday, because I don't know if you saw the replay, the way the balls, you know, just squirmed under his arm. Now, listen, I'm not saying he's 100% to blame for the goal. Obviously, El Neni was at fault, because if I'm not mistaken, he gave the ball away. All right, I'll have to admit that Gabriel was at fault as well. All right, even though it was deflected off him, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not being too critical about Leno, because in these recent games, Leno has been our savior. He's been outstanding between the sticks, and I wouldn't be surprised he's going to be chosen tomorrow. So it'll be Leno. I would like Kieran Tierney back at left back. I can't understand why Arteta yesterday. All right, I have to admit I'm not a fan of Bellerin. I don't like him. I was a fan of Bellerin before his injury. I thought he wasn't that bad, but since his cruciate ligament that kept him out 1 year, he's gone from bad to worse. I remember when we still had Theo Walcott, they were the two fastest players in our squad. You see them sprinting in training. You know, it was a one-on-one duel. But he's lost his pace now. What's happening is Bellerin is always attacking. He's an attacking wing left back. Keeps going right down to the corner flag, you know, putting those crosses. Now, the problem is if he's dispossessed, he doesn't have the pace to get back. So obviously, if there's going to be Rob Holding, he has to cover up for Bellerin until he gets back. And we've got a gaping hole at the back. But I mean, this is the manager's fault. He knows about this. He's either giving Bellerin a free roll, or I don't know what's going on, because we've conceded a lot of goals from these situations. Anyway, Leno and goal. I don't think he's going to risk Matt Ryan. I don't think he's going to take that risk. Kieran Tierney, left back. Rob Holding will be one of the central defenders. I think David Luiz will be the other one. I wish it could be Pablo Mari, but you know, we know what the situation is. If he's injured, okay. If he's not, about the add-ons. Right back, I know he had a poor game, Cedric, against Southampton. I would give Ainsley Maitland-Niles the chance. Even though he's not a right back, he hasn't done bad. He's got pace. At least if he loses the ball, Brandon, he'll have the pace and agility to get back, you know. Defensive, attacking midfielders. Well, he's got no choice. He's got to play Thomas Partey. He's got to play Partey. If he's going to keep him on the bench for the United game, well, I don't know, mate. Thomas Partey. I don't want Xhaka. Xhaka can he can leave him. He can give him 2 games off, in my opinion. Xhaka. Well, I don't know. El Neni. No, I don't want El Neni, to be honest with you. I mean, what other options do we have? I want Martinelli on the left. Pepe. Well, he's not worth 72 million, mate. I'm sorry. He had a very disappointing game yesterday. It's true he hasn't been given a lot of chances, but listen, in the few matches he's played, I mean, he hasn't set any houses on fire. So in my opinion, if he doesn't step up his performances, I think he'll be gone by next summer. So I'll give Pepe a chance on the right. And I want Emil Smith-Rowe, number 10. And Orba, unless he hasn't solved his, his personal problems. I don't know what they are, and I hope he has. I'll put him as the lone striker. I think that's okay. 11, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And obviously I've got some other people waiting as well. So I just want to get your score prediction.
Score prediction. I'm not very optimistic. I hope we win. I think I agree with you on a draw. Worst case scenario, 2-1 to Southampton. I don't want to be too negative. It depends on the lineup of Arteta. If he chooses that team that I just mentioned, I think we can nick it 2-1 maybe. The United game scares me. It really does. I better not talk about it yet. It's too premature. Listen, thanks.
No worries, Chris. No worries. Thank you for jumping on.
Yeah, keep up the good work, mate. All right?
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now we've got Stephen. How you doing, Steve?
Not bad, you?
Yeah, not bad. Just before I ask you a couple of questions, mate, I'm just going to get into a couple of comments. So we got here Red Lucifer, big up Brandon, big up Red Lucifer. How you doing? Is Odegaard injured? I don't think he is. I mean, is he?
Yep, and he's got a history of injuries.
That's typical Arsenal deal. That is.
Yep. I was going to start mentioning it.
Was you? All right. We'll talk about that in a sec then, mate. Yeah, no problem.
Hang on.
George. George is in the chat. How you doing, George? I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Would you have Southampton's manager at Arsenal over Mikel Arteta? Yes, I would. And come on, you Gooners. 11 Rap says, whoever scouted Bellerin should be done for fraud and be given a life sentence immediately. I completely and utterly agree with you. So, Steve, take it away, mate. Yesterday's performance. Talk to me. What you got to say?
You know what? You know, like they said, I hope that kills. This is exactly that in a nutshell, isn't it? What do you expect? I knew as soon as Willian and Pepe, not so much Pepe, but Willian in the centre, I'm like, that's it, front three are dead. We ain't doing nothing. Right? El Neni, right, back to El Neni sideways, right? Gabriel, I'm not going to go too in hard of because he's had COVID. He wasn't right. He was not on the pace. But then part of me says, if he's doing that in training, why are you picking him? So yeah, I just shambolic all over. And the one lightning spark in Martinelli, what does he do? Take him off. Let's take him off. Let's not put Saka on the right because Pepe's dead, right? And not even worth 72 million, right? Let's take off our best player who was actually trying to do something, right? It's like, I don't care about the cup anymore, right? We're cup holders, but I don't care. We weren't going to win it anyway, let's be honest. But, I mean, I've just seen Man United smash up Liverpool, so, right, I think, I'd like to say Liverpool are about as dead as we are, but I think we're even worse. That's that in a nutshell.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Obviously, we got Southampton again on Tuesday. Lucky us. Oh, so exciting. What do you think needs to change? What do you think needs to be done differently in order for us to go on and beat them on?
Well, apart from the obvious, board, manager, owner, right, the whole squad, the entire club, right. Yeah, I do feel that the lineup's definitely got to change. Leno obviously stays in goal for me. Cedric last time as a right back wasn't too bad, so I would put him there. Maitland-Niles as a left back. Because I know Bellerin will just get exposed for every time of the week. And Holding and Marie, if he's not injured, or David Luiz, then for me it's got to be Partey and El Nenny's just too slow. I do think Xhaka's a little bit quicker in that midfield, so I would say Xhaka is the better at the two. In that three behind the striker, it's obvious: Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and then it's Lacazette or Aubameyang up front, but more likely Lacazette.
Okay. Also, obviously, we've got to talk about transfer window a little bit as well. I made a video on it earlier. Odegaard looks like he is coming in. It has all but been confirmed by the man himself, Fabrizio Romano. Ozil has officially left. What do you make of our transfer window? And also, like, are you happy with Odegaard? Do you think we could have brought in more? What do you reckon?
Well, before I discovered more about Odegaard, because I thought after the Southampton game, I'd look up if he's actually going to make a bit of a difference. The fact we got rid of Ozil, right, was just a lifesaver. Doesn't give the board the excuse because we've got even extra funds than they would have at the end of the season with the amount of players they're getting rid of. Terminating Socrates as well. Apparently he's set to join Lazio. But this Odegaard, right, people are saying he's like going to be he's going to be our version of Bruno Fernandes. I just watched Bruno Fernandes play. Just don't bring Bruno Fernandes down like that. Just don't. He's on another level, right? Odegaard is going to be nowhere near him, right? And we've got far worse to fix than Man United have. All over the pitch, we've got to get a right back. We've got to get a cover left back. I don't even think Matt Ryan will probably stay at the end of the season. So another backup goalkeeper because he's only on loan as well. And to be fair, if Odegaard comes back from injury and he doesn't have any more injuries and he plays off the park, right, when he gets his opportunity, right, who's to say Real Madrid, this is simple loan, so Real Madrid will just say, no, you're not getting an option to buy. Right, and us Arsenal will just go, yeah, okay. Right, we'll find someone else. And it's already apparently come out that Arteta has already said though we've got Odegaard, he wants our Buendia. So he didn't want him in the first place. It's a bit like Emery wanted Zaha, but he got Pepe.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't.
And people tell me and I'm sorry, we all me, probably you as well, get criticised because we have got the manager. We're negative. We're this. We're not Arsenal fans. This, that, and the other. Do you know what? I'm getting fed up with it. I'm just going to say it as it is. Right? I'm going to stop trying to be positive. Right? If things don't get called out, it ain't going to change. It's like with Liverpool fans at the minute. They're trying to make every excuse to just sweep it under the carpet. And that's what I think a lot of Arteta fans are doing it. They're not seeing, it's not just the manager. It's not just the players. It's not just the board. It's not just the owners. It's a collective. But in the end, when it comes to on the pitch, the manager doesn't pick. The manager picks the team. He picks the tactics. He picks the players, right? And in terms of what goes on the pitch, apart from transfers, but then again, he's also the manager now, not a head coach. He's a manager, which means he's also in charge of transfers. He gets his say on it. So whatever happens in that term, that also comes down to him.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And just before you go, mate, I just want to get your score prediction for Tuesday's game.
2-1 Southampton. I
Okay.
don't even see us winning it, to be honest. Even if we played that, the reason we get a goal is because if we played that front three. But I just see Hassan Hootel. I'd take him in a heartbeat. I'll put myself in charge. I'll do it for free. I thought I already said it. But yeah, I'd take Hassan Hootel in a heartbeat. Right, and that squad is not got stars apart from maybe Danny Ings, you could say, or Ward-Prowse, right? But it's a well-drilled team, and you can see what a well-drilled team does. Right, all you got to do is put top quality players in it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, mate. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it.
No worries.
If you haven't already, please go and check out Stephen's channel. Stephen, plug it now, mate. Plug it.
Yeah, it's the SVT TV along the bottom. Yeah, we follow football as well as Arsenal. I've got a transfer news show at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. You're more than welcome to jump on. I'll send you a link. And anyone else is more than welcome to jump on and have their say. And that's the thing. Anyone could jump on. Rivals, Arsenal fans, we'll have our say. And we all banter whilst following football and F1 and raising awareness for children's liver disease.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it.
No worries. Cheers.
And of course, guys, if you want to come on, you want to have your say, it's pinned at the top of the comments. Click on it, and I'll let you jump on and have your say. I have got another guest, but just before I get him on, I'm just going to go through a couple more of your comments. Keep getting your comments in, guys. Keep smashing the likes up as well. Solomon says Odegaard is injured. This has Dennis Suarez written all over it. I agree with you 100%, mate. It does. And look, I said it earlier in one of my videos earlier. Either way, whichever way it works out, Arsenal are the losers of all this. Because if he comes in and he absolutely tears it up and turns out to be an absolute baller, then we're going to have to pay an extortionate amount of money to keep him here. Because he's got a £320 million buyout clause, which has to be inserted in a player's contract in La Liga. But because we haven't got that buy option, you know, Real Madrid, if he has an absolute cracker of a 6 months at Arsenal, Real Madrid could quite easily go, you want him? You can have him, but you're going to have to pay this amount of money or, you know, stupid amounts of money for him. Or, as you say, he'll come in and he'll be like a Dennis Suarez and he won't really do anything to help our team. And it'll be a waste of money. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. Red Lucifer says, "Are you doing a watch along for the Arsenal game?" I might well do. But we'll see what happens. Possibly. I am currently in isolation, so it's not like I'm really doing anything else. So yeah, if you want to see a watch along, if you want me to do a watch along, smash a like on the video. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, like I say, the more of you that want me to do a watch along, I will certainly do one. No problem. And Stephen says, no, it's worse than it's worse, Brandon, not Dennis Suarez. It's the injured Kim Kallstrom. Jesus. So I have got another guest.
Hello.
How we doing?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. You
How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man.
Yeah,
I'm
not
good.
bad. Good.
About
good.
so I'm a bit not nervous, but the thing is, now that United won the FA Cup game, in a weird way, we got more pressure for us to win this game. Because if United drew or went to penalties, at least we got like they could be tired or they could have been for the next game ahead. We kind of now we're in an awkward situation where this game now is in weird ways a must-win game because of United. We got United, Wolves, and that run is going to be hard. So we need to grab points somewhere, and it has to be against Southampton because against Man United, I don't want to start that game that we have to win. The pressure should be on them to beat us. Like I don't trust us I don't trust Arsenal right now to like to beat United if we have pressure on us. Because if we lose against Southampton, you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna be a lot of pressure is gonna be on the team to win. But if we win against Southampton tomorrow, we can do it. I'm not as negative. Like I think we can beat Southampton, especially if we got the young players playing. If Alba's back, we can definitely win the game. So, but it's almost in a weird way, it's a must-win game. Next against Southampton is a must-win game.
I completely agree with you on that one. Like you just said, we've got a bit of a mad run. We've got some real tough fixtures in there. If we don't beat Southampton, then it's going to be a case of where is the next win coming from. And it's funny actually because a lot of Arsenal fans go, "Oh well, we're only a certain amount of points off of top 6 or top 4." But after this run of form, as easy as it could be that we could be in the top 4, we could quite easily be back in 15th again. You know, it's mad. What did you make of the performance yesterday, mate?
The performance yesterday, as I said before, it was dreadful, but at least the silver lining is none of the main players started, so that's probably the only silver lining on that game. That none of our and we had chances to score. Like Gabriel should have scored. Ketia, I never want to see this guy again. Like honestly, why is he even? You should have just sold him like this January. Bellingham should be given a chance. Like honestly, how did he not score? Pepe, I feel sorry Pepe because Pepe gave him on the plate twice. Like I know Pepe has been terrible this season, but at certain points, your strikers have to take chances. This entire season, to be fair, on most of our players, we've been giving chances to our strikers, and they haven't been taking it. Like seriously, against Southampton was the worst of it. That was like our season. That was our season in summary. That's our season in a summary.
Okay. What do you think needs to change? What do you think needs to be done differently this time for us to be able to beat Southampton on Tuesday?
If we start our main players and we get those chances, they just have to take it. Like Zach has to take his chances. Alba needs to take his chances. Whoever gets the chances needs to take them. Simple. Like sometimes we make our football very complicated, and the performance levels, and we talk about performance levels and things like that, intensity. But if we took our chances against Southampton, no one would be complaining that we had a dreadful performance. Like if you take the chances and we win the game, ain't no one's gonna talk about performance levels, how well everyone's doing. We only gonna be cared about like we won won the game. So play our strongest team, and I think we can win this easily.
Okay. And what would that team be for you? What's your starting lineup for Tuesday?
Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me. So left back has to be Kieran Tierney. Centre back partnership. Oh, this might be a weird one because Gab played and Thingy played, and I know he likes a left-footed centre back. So I'm thinking either David Luiz or Pablo Mari, and yeah, it's gonna be them two, isn't it? Because Holding played, so I don't think he's gonna play him again. So I'm saying Pablo Mari, David Luiz, Bellerin, Shaka, Partey, Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Saka on the right. I think that's gonna be the starting 11, and Leno, of course, a goal.
Okay. And what's your prediction for Tuesday's game? Just before you go, mate.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna give us a big scoreline because I think we need to win big. I think we need to get some confidence ahead of that Man United game and the run that we're on. So I'm saying 3-1 to Arsenal. I think we need to score some goals.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully we can catch up after an Arsenal win on Tuesday.
All right, man. I'll see you then.
Cheers, bro. Thank you. So there you go. There you have it. It's 3-1 Arsenal there. You know, bit of confidence coming back in from the fans. What do you reckon, guys? 3-1 Arsenal? I'm not so sure. I'm going to read out a couple more comments, and I'm going to go into my starting 11 and my score prediction, of course. Anybody else who wants to jump on, you are more than welcome. I am going to have to wrap up this stream in the next 15 minutes or so, though. So if you want to jump on and you want to have your say, click on the link in the pinned comment, and I'll, of course, let you have your say as well. So yeah, get to that, guys, and also keep smashing them likes up. And if you haven't already, make sure you come and subscribe. Big up to every single one of you that is watching. Chris says, so Odegaard is really injured. Another dead deal by Arteta. There you go. I don't even think it's so much Arteta, it's more Edu, you know. But what do you expect? What do you expect when... I've been saying this for a while now, right? We've got 3 guys that are in charge of the football inside of this football club. And that is Edu, Binay, and Mikel Arteta. Now, previous to them joining Arsenal, not one of them has had experience in the job that they do. Edu has never been a technical director. Mikel Arteta has never been a manager. Vinay has never been whatever the fuck he does. Sell sofas or whatever it is, right? They've never done this job before, so they're going to make mistakes. There's no question about that. But they just seem to be making far too many mistakes for my liking, you know. When you think of it, we knocked down Highbury to come here and compete with the top teams in world football for the best honours in the game. We've been waiting for 14 years now. And Arsenal fans, we're going to be waiting a hell of a lot longer as well, because the way things are going, you're looking at least another 10 years plus. And that is my honest opinion. Red Lucifer says, can't hear him, to be honest. I know, mate. I know his signal wasn't great. But yeah, I could sort of understand and get the gist of what he was saying. But big up to him for coming on anyway. And yeah, hopefully next time we can get his mic working a little bit better. How can our club be ready to spend $2.5 million on a 6-month loan while paying his wages and he's injured? How can he do a medical if he's not fully fit? I don't really know how it works. I don't know how it works. And I don't even know if it is that he is properly injured. I mean, George makes a very good point here. Wasn't Cedric injured as well last year? That's true. Cedric was injured when he came into Arsenal. He still managed to pass the medical, so I don't really know how that sort of works. I haven't really got a clue on all of that stuff. I ain't bothered about that stuff, to be honest with you. I just want to see Arsenal winning on the football pitch, and at the moment, we're a shambles. George's prediction is 1-1. I thought Willian was good enough, so I slapped myself. I never wanted Willian. Never wanted Willian at all. I thought he would have been an all right signing. I thought he would have been a decent stopgap, but he's not even turning out to be that. You know, if you put a guy on a 3-year deal, you expect to get at least one good season out of him. That ain't gonna happen. I can tell you that now. Arteta is deluded. Arteta out, says Chris. Stephen here says, it's funny, the ref in my Europa League game on FIFA is called Odegaard. Everton 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. See, there you go. We're out of that, so I suppose we've got to now try and concentrate on the things that we are in. Premier League being the main one that we need to concentrate on. Europa League, I don't know about you guys, but I can't see us winning that personally. I really can't see us winning that at all. Red Lucifer says he reckons it will be 2-1 Arsenal. Thank you for the kind words, Red Lucifer. I really hope you are right. I really hope you are right. I know you're not an Arsenal fan, but big up to you for coming on. And yeah, I hope you are right, mate. I really do. George says, in Edu's words, boom, injured Odegaard. For fuck's sake. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember them comments in his press conference. Boom. I can't just go, boom, here's Messi. Well, yes, you fucking can, you wallad. There you go. Boom, injured Odegaard. I like that. That was brilliant. Big up to you, George. Willian is not a stopgap. He's an open gap. He's a wallad, mate. That's what he is. 1-0 to the Saints, I predict. Not confident. I also think we'll get piped by Manchester United. Chris says, I'll subscribe to you, mate. Send us the link, please. It is Brandon AFC Fan TV. It's just down in the bottom corner here. Spell it exactly like that. It's capital B, rest lowercase, then AFC in capitals, fan, and then of course space and TV. I'd appreciate that, Chris. I would appreciate that. I just can't believe Odegaard is injured. I can, because it's a typical Arsenal thing to do, you know. If we don't buy rejects from Chelsea, we go and buy injured players. But there you go. Not only Dennis Suarez, even William Saliba was brought when he was injured. Yeah, we like these injured players, mate. And like I said in an earlier video, we should probably go and get ourselves sponsored by NHS when our Adidas deal runs out. You know them 2 temporary hospitals that Boris Johnson built in London to tackle the coronavirus? Maybe we should buy one of them off of him to store all our new players who we buy that are injured or too old and decrepit to do anything for us. It's an embarrassment, let's just say. I would say be excited. What a load of crap. Here you go, look. Here you go, look. You can hear it for yourselves, guys.
Be excited. Be excited.
Be excited. Sorry to hear that you are in isolation, Brandon. Stay safe, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. I am in isolation. My daughter has COVID. I'm all right. It's a madness, really. And the government used to say, "Oh, people under the age of 5 can't get it, or very rarely get it. Schools are safe. This, that, and the other." It's all bullshit. It is all bullshit. She's all right though. She hasn't got any signs, symptoms at all. She's still her usual nutty self. And I was kind of hoping that she was gonna, you know, at least chill out for a little bit. But no, that don't happen. It doesn't happen. But there you go. Everyone talks about Buendia, War, etc. Just get Ward-Prowse. He is Premier League proven. I agree with you 110%. I would only go and get Ward-Prowse if you can't get Jack Grealish. And Arsenal fans seemed a bit sceptical about whether we could get Jack Grealish. My answer is, if you put the money down, you'll get him. There's no problems about that. Jack Grealish would come to Arsenal. There's no question about it. You just got to pay the money. Our new players have more problems than my current health problems. Big up to you, Stephen. Red Lucifer, get well soon, stay safe and take care. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it. So, guys, I better get into my starting 11 and my score prediction before we move on. Here we go. Just before that, one last comment. Remember, we're going to compete with Europe's elite. We can't even compete with Brexit FC. Yeah, we are Brexit FC. That's what we are. So, my starting lineup for Tuesday would be the obvious. Bernd Leno has to start in goal. Cedric at right back. Yes, he had a poor game, but you see, when they changed him to right back and brought off Hecky B, he looked miles better than Hecky B in the 5-10 minutes that he played at right back, compared to the 50, 60, 70 minutes that Bellerin played at right back. He actually gets forward. He actually tries to be a bit of a attacking threat as well. And I like that about him. And when you've got him and Tierney joining the attack, it makes it a hell of a lot easier for us to score goals. So Cedric all day long. My centre-back pairing would be... Am I going to go with what I want, or am I going to go with what Mikel Arteta is going to do? I think Mikel Arteta will still go with Rob Holding. And I would say that he would probably still go with... I don't know. It's a toss-up, really, isn't it? I think you'll see David Luiz, which I wouldn't be too disappointed about, because in the games that he has played recently, he hasn't done too bad. Although David Luiz is always a mistake waiting to happen. And we haven't seen one from him for a little while, so you can guarantee that if he plays, he'll probably make a mistake. You know what he's like. Left back, there's no question about it. It has to be Kieran Tierney. I can understand that why he was rested for the FA Cup game, but we need him. We need him desperately. He's been arguably our best player in recent weeks. He should be the captain, in my opinion. He just oozes quality, and he's probably one of the only few players in this squad that does ooze quality. Midfield, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. Very poor the other day. Very, very poor the other day. But I'm going to stick with him because I think he actually looks okay when he's played next to this guy, Thomas Partey. Has to start. He has to start. He's not really played an awful lot of football since he's joined Arsenal. Now is the time for this guy to get on a bit of a roll and get on and make, get on some form and hopefully start helping us win games. Because you see the difference when he's in the midfield. He oozes quality as well. one of the very few players. Number 10, it has to be Emil Smith-Rowe. There's no question about that. Emil Smith-Rowe has been excellent since he's came into that starting lineup. I've got Sam here in a minute. I'll get you on in a sec, Sam. I'll get you on in a sec, mate. On the right-hand side, it has to be Bukayo Saka. Again, another player who's been excellent recently. Left-hand side, I'm going to go with Gabriel Martinelli. I have no idea why he was dragged off just after half-time. It makes no sense to me. This kid is going to be world-class in the future. Mark my words. And then, as the lone striker, I'm going to go with Alexander Lacazette. And the reason why I went with Alexander Lacazette instead of Aubameyang is because I don't believe that Aubameyang will be back. I think he will have at least a couple of weeks to sort out the issues that he's got going on at home. So that would be my starting lineup. And score prediction, I think if you start that team, I think we could quite easily beat Southampton 2-1. I don't think it's going to be a drubbing, but I don't think it's... I don't know. It'll be a close game. It'll be a close game. There's no question about it. I'm going to go confident. I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. Although in the back of my mind, I truly do think that we could also... I don't know. We could lose it. We could even get a draw. It's one of them games where it's just really hard to call. But we'll see what happens. I've got Sam here. How are we doing, Sam?
Just fine, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. So, I'm going to ask you the same questions that I've asked everybody else, and we'll start with. And I know you're going to be on a bit of a rant with this one, mate. We'll start with yesterday's performance. Go for it, mate. Take the floor.
Do you know what? I remember when I did the preview with you when we did the preview before the Newcastle game, and I didn't think we were going to win. I said we were going to lose. Yeah. They put on a performance that night. I'll give them credit for that. As soon as I predicted win, what happens? That performance, they did that shit show, yeah. On the cup that we were the holders on, yeah. Embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Okay. Who do you blame for the performance?
Let's just make something clear. I am not. You can rest players. I get that, and I get that you might not want to play a strongest team again because you need some rest. Because everybody cannot play 90 minutes. But why are you changing up the team so much? That's too much. Yeah, that's too much. And let me just say this, William. This guy. Does this guy want us to lose? Is he even playing for us? Can you answer me the question? Because I'm not even sure if he's playing for us, mate. Honestly. What was that? Yeah? He was the worst player on that pitch. Him and Nketiah. Listen, listen, piss off. I've had enough. Seriously. What was that? What was that? You tell me what that was. What was that? The whole team. And guess what? When we lose, oh, guess what? By an own goal again. And for our best centre back this season, even he's the one who scores that own goal. Gabriel. It's the same every season, Brennan. But are you surprised? No. You're not surprised. That's Arsenal. Yeah? And now, do I think we're going to beat Southampton? Do I think we're going to beat them this time? No. I don't. Yeah? we might go and beat them now, yeah. But then we will play Manchester United, who haven't lost a game away from home since last season at Anfield, and now even Liverpool cannot beat them. And if Liverpool cannot beat them, how are we going to beat them? Simple as that. We might even beat Southampton.
Yeah, I feel your frustration, mate. I do feel your frustration. So, in order for us to get a result on Tuesday, what do you think needs to change?
First of all, Willian, piss off. Nkaya, piss off. Yeah? Pepe, listen, I've had enough. Yeah? The guy is not good enough. 72 million for an average footballer, get out. Yeah? Just get out. You as well, you can just get out. Let's just say this, yeah? Aubameyang needs to get back. You need to play the right team now, yeah? Those changes needs to get away immediately. Put those players back in. And I want to see attacking football, yeah? I want to see attacking football. None of this that they're coming to the Emirates and starts to, how do I say, control the game. Because if that happens again, we're not winning. Because if we're going to play counter-attack now, we will not win. Because that's just embarrassing. Southampton, if they're going to come to the Emirates and start taking control of the game, we're going to lose that game. Because we are not winning that game if that's what we're going to do. Simple as that. But do I trust this manager? No. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Okay. What would be your lineup for the game on Tuesday?
Leno in goal. I put Cedric Suarez in there. If Tierney is available for the game against Southampton, if he is available, I would play him. I'll play Gabriel, and I would play Pablo Mari in there. I'll play Smith Rowe, Partey, and I would play. You know what? I'll play Mohamed El Neni because I don't want to see Granit Xhaka in the midfield. I don't want to see him there. Yeah, and I've got a bone to pick with him as well. You know. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I've got a bone to pick with him as well. Yeah, so he can be in there as well. And then Aubameyang, Saka, and Martinelli. That would be my front three. But
Okay. And what would be your prediction?
I think it'll be a draw.
Have you
I
got a
wouldn't be
score?
surprised. What?
Have you got a score?
2-2. But if we lose that game, yeah, just watch out. If we lose that game, watch when the mentality will drop, yeah? Because if we lose that game, yeah, the mentality's already been dropped now, yeah? Because what? If we lose that game again, these players' heads will be dropped, yeah? Like the Titanic sinking down the floor, yeah? When we go and play Manchester United, yeah? Watch then what will happen. We're going to get embarrassed if that happens. If they lose that game, they will drop mentally so much. You're not going to believe it. I'm just saying, lose today. Tomorrow. You lose against them again. No. You're done. I'm just saying that. But am I confident? Okay. No, I'm not.
Okay, Sam. I appreciate you coming on, mate. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to wrap this video up in a sec. So, yeah, appreciate you coming on, mate. You're welcome on anytime. You know that.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Bye.
And you, mate. So, yeah, there you go. Frustrated Arsenal fan there. You know, he basically, what he said there is basically how a lot of us feel, you know, and that is what it is. But there you go. Just going to get into a few more of your comments before I wrap this up. But big up to everybody who's been watching. I appreciate it. And if you haven't already, of course, make sure you smash a like, and of course, go and subscribe as well to the channel. And big up yourselves. Christopher, he said his daughter contracted it, but he didn't have it. Yes, that is right, Chris, mate. My daughter does have it, or she's tested positive for it. However, me and the missus have got away with it so far, but we are in isolation at the moment. She's all right, my daughter. She's her usual nutty self, so at least it's not affecting anybody or anything. Thank God. I'll come on the next stream, mate. Sorry I couldn't come on today. No problem. No problem. Of course. Of course. We'll do another stream a bit like this at some point where we get you guys on again. You can come and have your say. No problem. No problem. Chris also says no chance to win the Europa League. I agree with you on that one. I think Benfica is going to be a tough game. If we get by Benfica, we've still got Tottenham in there. You got Manchester United in there. Yeah, we ain't winning that. We are not winning that. And George says Southampton will switch tactics and play counter attack. They could do. They could do. But I think they know that they've got the beating of us at the moment. You know, the way that they pressed us, especially, you know, when we're trying to play out the back, we're a bit slow and lethargic with it. I think if they press us again, they'll cause us problems. No problem whatsoever with that. So yeah, like I said, guys, I am predicting a 2-1 Arsenal win. I'm going confident with it, because if not, you just get called negative. And of course, I will be back on Tuesday with a starting 11 reaction. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that, because that will be interesting. That will be what determines whether we win this game or not, from my point of view. And I'll also be, of course, doing a match reaction. And seeing as you guys want it, I'll also chuck in there a watch along as well. As long as you guys are going to come and join in and get your comments in, and we'll do a watch along and we'll have a look and see what's going to happen. Hopefully, I'll be a happy Arsenal fan. Hopefully, you'll all be happy Arsenal fans by the end of the game. But there's no guarantee in that with this fucking team. Big up to everybody in the comments section. Like I said a couple of times already, if you haven't, please slap a like on the video and please go and subscribe. And like I said, I'll be back on Tuesday, guys. Big up.